Good morning. If it's my computer or your microphone is not connected.
Can you hear me now, Miky?
Yes, sure. Now I can. How are you? Good morning.
Fine, thank you very much. Good morning. I'm great, thank you. How about you? How was your day?
Great teacher. All good. Thanks. All good.
Very nice, very nice. I was taking a look at the betterments of the world, the best discoveries, inventions, eras, the best times for the betterments of the world, and I came across this graph. Let's see what you think. If we can give it a read and see
Mm-hmm.
what you think about these moments in life, in history, really, and what they represent and which ones you know or you're more familiar with. If we can please give it a read, Mickey.
Yes, teacher. Era and top contributions to the betterment of the world. Ancient era, invention of writing systems. Example, cuneiform and hieroglyphics. The classical era, development of democratic principles in ancient Greece. Medieval era, preservation and transmission of knowledge by Islamic scholars. Renaissance, advancements in arts, science, and humanism. Example, Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo. Age of
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment, promotion of reason, individual rights, and scientific progress. Industrial Revolution, technological innovations, transforming economics, and improving living standards. 19th century, aboli- abolitionist movements working towards the end of slavery.
Yeah.
Early 20th century, advancements in medical science, discovery of penicillin. Post-war II, Post-World War II, establishment of the United Nations and focus on international cooperation. Information age, development of the Internet, fostering global connectivity and information access. Uh, 21st century, advancements in renewable energy technologies and climate change awareness. Present day, efforts toward global health, vaccine development, disease eradication.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mickey. Which of these eras do you consider the most interesting and why? Why would you say the ancient era or the 21st century? Or which one do you believe or you're more familiar with, Mickey?
Yeah, well, I think that it's difficult to choose just one because I think that all those eras contributes to the newest ones. But for me, it's interesting. For example, mm, mm, the Renaissance, the advancements in art, science, and humanism. It's interesting. Obviously, the invention of the grading systems too. All of them are interesting. It is difficult to choose.
To choose just one, right? You need to choose
Yeah.
maybe four or five, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that is true. For me, it's very interesting the establishment of the United Nations and focus on international cooperation. Because obviously, I have my personal bias. I have my
Hmm.
personal bias and inclinations, and I may like many of the things and duties of the United Nations, and I may not agree very much with other decisions. For example, the United Nations has a veto power. Well, not the United Nations. There are five permanent members of the United Nations, which are the US, Russia, France, China, and England. And if three countries veto an action, then you cannot do that action. And one of the nations that did not obey that sanction was the US when they invaded Iraq. So
Yeah.
that led to my distrust of United Nations because I thought that it was, well, obviously the US is a monster, right? I mean, militarily speaking,
Hmm.
But anyhow, the only fact that they did not, they abide to a organization, and then when they decide not to comply with the laws, they just break the law. So that caused mistrust and personal bias. I'm not saying that the United Nations is a bad organization. On the contrary, it's a very good and strong and humanistic organization. But there have been situations in history which uh, I say, well, what happened here, right? But well,
Yeah,
I'm curious really about that.
yeah, of course. I have heard those examples about the United Nations. For example, I have seen uh, it's called, well, the Agenda 2030. I'm not sure the name, but and in this agenda they show us, or well, they present us like different things that all the countries that are part of the United Nations must complete. And I have seen those cases in the master's degree. And to be honest, well, we are in 2024, so to 2030 are just 6 years of difference, and there are a lot of things that we haven't done yet. And I think that a lot of countries are in the same
Of-
situation.
Yeah,
So probably, yeah, the purpose is good, but in occasions, I think that it's so easy to the countries who has more power just break the rules and continue just like if nothing happened.
has happened exactly.
It happened.
That's
Yeah.
exactly my feeling, and that exactly right, exactly right. So I say, well, how can this be if they're supposed to be not only a member, but a member that has permanent veto power?
Mhm.
It's not like it's like you say, the police is here to establish order, and they are the first ones to break it. So you say, well, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
well, this what when you say something is wrong here. I got another table which is also interesting, and I'm sure you're gonna like it because it has also some of the what do you say this some of the agreements of the United Nations in that charter, and some of them have been really good. Honestly, I cannot say that they have been bad. Let's read them. Some
Yeah.
of the aspects that the United Nations have contributed with, please.
Aspect, notable contribution. International peace. Establishment of a forum for diplomatic dialogue and conflict resolution. Human rights. Formulation and promotion of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Humanitarian aid. Coordination of global efforts to provide humanitarian assistance in crisis situations. Security Council. Creation of the Security Council to address threats to international peace and security. Development goals, formulation and pursuit of sustainable development goals, SDGs, for global development, and global cooperation, promotion of international cooperations in areas like health, education, and environmental sustainability.
Okay. Well, these are different aspects in which the United Nations contributes to the betterment of the world. And of course, we tend to agree with this.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know, for me, it is interesting to know that there is a steady, continuous cooperation on health, education, and environmental sustainability. That is very good because, but what are the results of this cooperation, of this promotion?
Yeah.
How do we see the world in terms of health, education, and environmental sustainability? Is there a way for us, Mickey, to find the trends in education? Is all the world becoming more educated evenly, not much more in the northern countries and African and Latin
Mhm.
American countries less? Or is there a way to find out what is the trend in global education?
Yeah, I think so. Let me search it.
Thank you very much. Let's see how we can find some information. Trends in global education.
Mhm.
You found something, Mickey?
Yeah, but it's not too clear because it's just specific in certain sound word.
Oh, okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
Well, there is comment. This is a comment. Let's see. It's interesting because I have seen this in the doctoral degree when we
Uh-huh.
have been studying some topics. Let me show this with you. It's
Thank
just a side comment. It's just a side comment. It's not the fundamental question that we wanted to know. But let me just share this. I'm gonna put this here. Let's see if we can read it, please. It's from the Encyclopedia Britannica. So
you.
let's read it here. Mickey, please. It is down below. Okay, here. About Karl Marx, what he says about education.
Okay. The German political theorist and revolutionary Karl Marx viewed public schooling as a form of ideological control imposed by dominant groups. This perspective saw education not as a building social cohesion, but as a reproducing a division of labor or enabling various status groups to gain control of organizations and to influence the distribution of valued resources. The German sociologist Max Weber regarded educational credentials as one such resource, in that credentials function as a form of cultural capital that can generally preserve the status quo while granting social mobility
To select members of
to
society.
select members of society.
Okay, what do you think of this comment by Karl Marx and Max Weber, Mickey? Do you believe that some organizations use education to establish or maintain control by dominant groups?
Uh, well, yeah, of course. I believe that the I said the educational system has created to have the control of the people. I think that in a way they impose their ideas like something that is correct, and in occasions I don't know if it's something good or not because when something is imposed, probably could affect in the way how can we think, and we are not like free of free of thinking. I could say it, and and yeah, I think that uh, is to I think that the school prepares to have just a job instead of to be like free of thinking.
Yeah. How can people attain or achieve freedom of thought if that is possible? Maybe it's like I was discussing with one of my colleagues who's a very smart guy. His name is Hugo. He
Mm-hmm.
was saying that there is a gap in the way people think, which is called abysmal thought, which we create an abyss between two different ways of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned that we want to decolonialize the society because we have been working in the world as colonies. One group colonizes another one, subdues him, and subjects him to his yoke, to his influence, to his domination, or to
Mm-hmm.
their domination. But then I asked him, what would have happened if we had, not we, if the people from original societies like the indigenous people, the Indians or the Aborigines, if they had won against the Spanish, probably you and I and my mom and my brothers and all the family would be dancing the dance of the rain to
Yeah.
Tlaloc,
Hmm.
right? And we would be wanting, oh, I wish the Spanish had won the war because now we would be praying to God and the Virgin of Guadalupe, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So when there is a conflict, there should be one winner. How do we go around that idea, Mickey? Can we?
I don't know. Yeah, it is something very interesting, and I think that in occasions we forget to think about about those aspects, and we just take it granted because it's something that we are get used to it. But yeah, I don't know what will happen or
Yeah,
if it's possible or not.
that's a good comment, Mickey. You say that we are used to mechanical thinking. That has an advantage that we establish a routine. We save energy. We do our day-to-day activities. I mean, go to the gym, go to school, go to work, enjoy time with the family. Those are fantastic activities, and they are, um, let's say, part of mechanical thinking and acting. Let's say that
Hmm.
acting. But from time to time, breaking the habit, or the inertia, let's call it the
Hmm.
inertia of thinking in a mechanical way, which has advantages because it makes things more efficient. You
Hmm.
you you develop a training to do things in a natural way.
Hmm.
But if you break this inertia of thinking in a mechanical way and think philosophically for a moment, what can you obtain with that from time to time? Not that every day, right? We cannot be philosophers all day long. I'm gonna send you a meme that I found fantastic with my brother. It was fantastic. I'm gonna send it to you. Let me look it up. But
Yeah.
what about this, Mickey? From time to
Well,
time, breaking the inertia of thinking in a mechanical way. What do you think?
well, I think that when you start thinking about in a philosophical way, you start having new and more problems. I would say that that's the result.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's necessary to understand why we act in the way that we normally act and start to analyze our daily activities because, as we mentioned here, we used the mechanical thinking, and in occasions, I think that is necessary to, uh, from time to time, analyze the reason why we're doing or acting in that way.
Yeah, exactly, Mickey. Let me send you this meme, which is in Spanish, but anyhow, it
Yeah,
is funny.
thank you.
Uh, I love it. Let me send. How can I send it? We don't. We're not friends in WhatsApp, are we? No. Yes, we are.
In WhatsApp, yes. In
Yeah.
Facebook too.
Okay, here. Okay, there it is. Okay, I just sent it to you through WhatsApp. Maybe
Yeah, I received it. Let me see
you
it.
got it. Can you translate it to English, please? It made me laugh, really.
Yeah, I cannot see all the
Oh,
picture because it looks like the volume.
the
When
volume
you are.
bar got in
Yeah,
the middle.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. Let me take a new picture. There, perfect. Now I'm gonna send it
Thank you.
here. Here. Okay, is there now? Now it is complete, I think. Yeah. So let's see
Yeah.
what it says about philosophy.
The philosophy
It's like
is like you are in a dark room searching a black cat for a black cat.
yeah, that's correct. Okay, that is okay. What is metaphysics?
The metaphysics is like being in a black room searching for a for a black cat that is not there.
Okay, correct.
The theology is like being in a dark room searching a dark cat that is not there, and a part of that a scream, I found it, to convince the others.
And scream, I found it. Okay,
To convince the others.
okay,
To convince others.
okay, perfect. Very good. And the
Yeah.
last one, which is
And science is turning on light to
okay,
see what it
is turning on light. What?
to see what's well, I don't know how can I translate demonios.
Well, what the
in the
hell?
room.
What the
What the
hell?
hell is in the room? Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. But on occasions I think that is necessary to use all of them.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, this is just a meme. Um, we cannot
That is
discard the
true.
value of theology or metaphysics, philosophy. They are all interesting, but I
Mhm.
just found this meme very interesting and funny.
It is funny, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah, talking about the cat, right? I
Mhm.
found the cat and he's not there, right?
To convince others.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so back to the original question. The United Nations has had charters, which is interesting, right? One of them is education. But is education going the way we want, or is just a tool for ideological control? That's a serious question. And then when we come out of the routine, what is our conclusion? What do you think of this, Mickey? What as a conclusive, or not conclusive, as a debating comment? What would you say about the purpose of education, positive aspects and controversial aspects?
Well, it's supposed that education gave us the tools to be capable of understand the different aspects that are in life, or different to see different knowledge, and in a way like to expand our way of thinking and create, I think, our own way of thinking. But in reality, I think that that has changed a little bit. I think
Okay.
that in occasions, schools prepare us for, I don't know, for be part of a organization, to get a job, and to live an ordinary life. And I think that it could affect the way in how we think, because they form us in a way that uh, they prepare us just to be part of something, instead of really try to expand our way of thinking or of knowledge. I think so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Continue, Mickey, please. Yes.
but yeah, I think that the first step to I'm not saying to go against that, but is to be aware of that and try uh, to create your own way of thinking, or your own, how can I say it, like your own uh,
Vision of the world.
yeah, exactly, your own vision of the world, and try to not just convince yourself that the things are like that because they tell you that they are the way how you need to act, or the way how you need uh, to be part of an organization, of a society in general. I think that that's important.
So that you can say that we can take some information or processes or ideologies with a grain of salt. You know what the saying means?
Salt.
With a grain of salt. We can take some information with a
Hmm.
grain of salt. What is the meaning of that expression?
Yeah, of course. When someone tells you something, You can understand it, but you have the capacity to be a person who, how can I say it, to be convinced at all, or just take one part and say, okay, now let me search my own, let me create my own point of view, or let me research for myself. I think so.
Exactly, exactly. We cast a little bit of doubt. We cast a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of doubt on the idea or topic or whatever it is, right? We become a little bit suspicious,
Suspicious. Yeah.
just a bit, right? With a grain of
Mhm.
salt, with caution. We are cautious.
Yeah.
That's very important. Very good, Mickey. Excellent comment. I agree with you 100%. Let me ask a favor of you, please. We have many aspects of education and we have a list of how important they are. It is subjective to say this is the most important one, this is the second. But let's try to do that. Let's try to rank them. First of all, we read them and then we rank them in the order of importance or value, please, Mickey. Can we do that?
Yeah. Aspect advantages: knowledge acquisition facilitates the acquisition of a wide range of knowledge. Critical thinking skills promotes critical thinking and analytical skills. Personal development fosters personal and character development. Social skills encourages the development of social skills and teamwork. Cultural awareness enhances cultural awareness and global understanding. Problem-solving abilities equips individuals with problem-solving abilities. Lifelong learning instill a love for learning, a commitment to lifelong education. Career opportunities expands career opportunities and job market competitiveness. Innovation and creativity cultivates innovation and creativity in individuals. Ethical values promotes ethical values and responsible citizenship.
Okay, they are all important and they are all what? Fruits of education, I suppose. These are the advantageous aspects of education and pedagogy. But when we want to rank them, which do you think are three or four of the most important ones? Or if you want to number them, how would you do that? Which one would you think that is maybe the most important?
Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. It's difficult to choose the first one. I would say that the best way to get knowledge and to, in a way, foster this knowledge is with creativity. So probably I will put innovation and creativity in the first place.
Innovation and creativity. Okay, this would be number one. Perfect. Okay, Mickey. Which would come second? Obviously, this is objective, and maybe if you read
Mm-hmm.
this in a week, you're gonna probably change your mind, and that is
Change it.
valid.
Yeah. mm. Encourages all associates and well, probably ethical values, of course, are important.
Why is this important, Mickey? I agree that it's crucial, but why does it impact so much in our performance in the world?
Yeah, of course, probably you have the knowledge to create atomic bomb, but well, you have the ethics to understand that something is wrong and that could affect your your planet in general, the people who lives there, and I think that that's why it is important to act in an ethical way.
That's a great example, actually. It's really, really good. Thank you, Mickey. All right, let's go for number three then, please.
Hmm, probably, um, I would say lifelong learning.
Okay. We want to continue learning all our life. Um, when is it probably most useful to learn something, or is it equally useful all the life long? When is it better, or makes a difference as long as you continue learning something?
Mm, well, I think that is related. What we were talking about that probably in at this moment I think in a way, but probably I have read something or I have researched about it and my mind and my way of thinking changed. I think that it's important to be open to learn new things in general. Could be I don't know, practice a new sport, learned about a topic that you never imagined, because in a way you can. Uh, well, I believe that a book could change completely the way you're thinking. So probably not base your way of
Oh,
thinking
yes.
in just one book. Try to research in the um, as much books possible, and try to more or less create your own uh, your own vision and your own way of thinking. I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Fully agree. Thank you, Mickey. And then what would number four be?
The four, well, social skills are important too, of course.
We don't live isolated, right? We live in a society, we interact
Mhm.
with people, and that makes having social skills an asset. Um, why being social is more prevalent in a way than being individualistic all the time? Can, you can be a genius, but you still need to interact with people, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. For example, using the example of genius, you could be a genius, but if you don't share the knowledge that you have, probably the knowledge just will stay there, and and well, we know that we are finite people. One day we'll not be here, so the knowledge could be limited just for you. I think that that's why it is important to be open to share ideas, and not just try to convince the other people, but share why you think in that way or in other. I think so.
So you believe that there is a way of learning through continuous dialogue? It doesn't necessarily mean that you are pouring water into an empty jar, right?
Yeah, of
but
course.
but through discussion, through dialogue, through communication and conversation, there can be an enlightenment. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Very, 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 very interesting. Okay, what would you assign number five to, Mickey, please?
Mm, mm, Probably cultural awareness.
Cultural awareness. Well, I totally agree. Cultural awareness. But let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Uh, should culture prevail over another one? Is is there a way to avoid a clash or conflict between opposite or conflicting cultures? For example, the Aztecs were prone to sacrifice their most beautiful females because they thought that the gods were bleeding. When they saw the sky that was red, they thought, well, the sky is bleeding, so we need to give them blood. That was the Aztecs thought, right? And of course,
Mhm.
that totally conflicts with other cultures. Which culture should prevail, or how do you guarantee that there is harmony among clashing or conflicting cultures?
Well, of course, It is difficult to answer because in this case, who am I to choose what what culture prevails or not? But probably the best way to deal with that is just respecting the way of thinking of each culture, and of course, if you let's imagine that the Mayas or the Aztecs is still there, if you go there, obviously you're gonna respect the way of thinking of them, and if you go to other part, you're gonna respect the way of thinking of that part. So, but I don't know. It is difficult to answer. I think.
Yeah, well, thank you for honest answer. Let me give you a more actual, more updated example. I was discussing yesterday with my advanced engineering students, and I told them one of them gave an example. The
Hmm.
culture of one worker or one manager can be to produce as many cars as possible, whereas the other one can say produce as few but with as high quality as possible. And they are both conflicting ideologies or ideas. How do you go along to conflicting ideas? One of them wants to produce as many cars as cheap as possible. He has one philosophy to make as much money as fast as he can, and the other one is to produce as few but with as high quality as possible. I can sympathize with one or the other. It is irrelevant. The thing is that they are conflicting. How do
Hmm.
you compromise both opposite positions or postures?
Well, I think that I don't know if I'm correct, but I think that in this case, both brands um, are going to a different market in a way. Probably there will be people who is just focusing in get something cheap because their income is limited in comparison with other people that prefer uh, to get something like more exclusive because they have the possibility to purchase something like that. But I don't consider that it's one that is better than other. Just yeah, just start focusing in different destinations. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great comment. That's a good analysis, actually, because you're right. There shouldn't be one which is better. It's only different aspects, different destinations, different markets,
Hmm.
and I like that way of seeing it. And problem solved, right? Well, what's your vision? I want to go to this market. Okay, go to that market. I want to go to this market. That's
Yeah,
simple.
of
Very good
course.
analysis.
I think it's true.
Okay, thank you, Mickey. Very good. Let's do number six, and then we're gonna finish. What's number six?
Mm, promotes critical thinking and analytical skills.
Okay. That's very important. It's crucial, actually. Why, but why? Why is that so important? It is important, but why?
Um, because when you have developed your critical thinking and analytical skills, I think that will be easier to you to have the capacity to understand what is good for you and what is not. You can analyze the different proposals that you receive. You can analyze the things that you're learning. I think that um, it is important to be critical in so many occasions and not just take something as granted because someone told you that.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
about you.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. To what extent? In other words, if a friend tells me You should learn Mandarin. You should learn Chinese. I would
Mm-hmm.
say, why, right? Or an uncle. When I was young, an uncle told me. I respected that uncle very much. He was my godfather. He told me, you
Mm-hmm.
need to learn English. And I analyzed. I did the critical analysis, critical thinking that you mentioned, Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, this uncle is really buoyant. His economy is really good. He's admired and appreciated by all the family. He's a national sales manager of a transnational company. So I
Mm-hmm.
took his opinion as gold because I respected him.
Yeah, of course.
So I think we also need to analyze who says what, right? If if you're a prominent or young businessman and you give advice to other young men about how to create a business, how to innovate, how to be active, how to be dynamic, how to be do this and that, of course they're going to take it seriously because they see your example. But
Mm-hmm.
if I tell somebody how to do a artwork of carpentry, and they
Mm-hmm.
say, really? Well, you tell me to do this as a carpenter, but what have you done? And I say, well, not really, but I'm planning to.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to say, well, you don't know nothing about carpentry. Why are you telling me to do this and that? Right?
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we need to set the example.
Yeah, of course. We need to we need to predict with the example. I think so. Is it like the example that you said? You propose something, but if you haven't done yet, well, who's gonna believe you?
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Very true. So the way of we preach with the example,
We
right?
preach with example. Yeah.
Preach with the example. Very good. Let's go to number seven, Mickey, please. What would number seven be in your mind, in your opinion?
Uh, Fosters people and character development. I don't know. Now that I'm seeing the the art that I'm putting, probably it is not correct, but I don't know. It's subjective at the end.
It is subjective, yeah, of course, and you can change your mind because you make a new analysis, you make a new evaluation, and a new assessment.
Yeah, of course.
Um, what is character? What is the character development? To resist everything, or to speak up when you don't like something? Have mercy, to be merciful. What is development of character?
Development of character. Well, in some situations, I think that it's important to have developed your character because not all the situations are easy. So it is important to have shaped your character before. And and, and yeah, I think that don't feel, how can I say it? Uh, Less than others. It is correct to say. I don't know.
Okay, self-confidence. That is a very
Yeah,
important aspect
self
of
confidence.
growing self-confidence. Absolutely. I'm going to read a list of 10 words, and I would like you to please grab three or four that resonate in you. It's not that
Okay.
one is better than the other. It's just which of these 10 words resonate in you, that you say, well, I feel aligned, I feel in synchrony with these words. All right. I'm going to say them very quickly,
Thank you, teacher.
just
Yeah, yeah.
just one time, and I'm going to ask you to please write down three words that resonate with you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, here I go. Key
Thank you.
aspects of character development include values, ethical behavior, resilience, empathy, responsibility, courage, self-discipline, integrity, humility, altruism. Okay. Now, please, just once, it's just an exercise, like a game. Which
Mhm.
of these words resonate with you?
Um, Ethical.
Okay.
Mhm. Altruism.
Altruism.
Yeah, probably I'm too human.
That's positive. I mean,
And you said self-confidence too, right?
self-discipline. I said
Ah, self-discipline. Yeah, self-discipline.
self self discipline. Self-discipline. Okay, that those are truly nice, and they stick in your mind for a reason. We're not going to
Hmm.
elaborate as to why they are embedded in your they resonate with you, but that's
Hmm.
truly interesting. Uh, it- all right. Okay. Well, let's go for number eight, Mickey, please, which is number eight in the pecking order of this list.
Hmm. Uh, well, expands career opportunities and job market competitiveness.
Okay. Can there be an evolution of your career? In other words, can you start doing something and evolve, grow, enhance your field? How is how can a career grow?
Mm, I think that your career grow when your experiences inside the career grows too. I think so. So if you have more experiences, of course, your career gonna increase. And in a way, I think that those experiences leads you to learn new things or to get a new grade. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, new degrees. Okay. When you talk about mentorship and guidance, for example, you have an idea of getting eventually getting mentorship and guidance in different aspects. Okay, in this moment, I am helping a bit with the learning of English, but for example, when you reach a new level in your business profession, in your performance as a professional, maybe
Hmm.
one day you will become a parent, and then you will ask maybe your dad, your mom, your brothers, your uncles. You will ask people with has all your confidence, your trust. Hey,
Hmm.
what can I do in this situation, right? So looking for mentorship and guidance is a great way to grow in your career and personal life, of course.
Yeah.
How do you do this? How do you look for mentors and guidance in different aspects, or people in general? Not you, but people in general. How do people look for mentorship and guidance?
Mm, well, I think that it's important to always have like a student mind, right?
Okay.
Because obviously I have met people that obviously have reached probably a good income or a good job. In occasions, I think that they lose their how can I say it, like the humbleness, and
Humbleness, yeah.
they don't want to listen to others just because probably they feel uh, better than them. So I would say that it's important to have a student mind, and of course using the critical thinking, understand of whose that comment or that advice, and then you choose if you applies or not to your life. But yeah, be open to listen to ideas of people who you first of all trust, and if you admire this better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic comment. Okay, we have two left, Mickey, which are number 9 and 10. Which would be number 9 in your opinion?
Mm, Groups individuals with problem solving abilities. Mm, well, probably yeah, the problem solving abilities.
Okay. Which examples could you provide as to problem solving abilities? What can be they?
Well, every day I think that we are in constant situations where it requires to be solved. So it is important to just don't like how can I say it, letting you down. Instead, try to solve the situation that is happening at that moment. And yeah, there are different situations. For example, the last one that happened to me is that I sent a package uh, of different products that I sell in Amazon, and I don't know if it was the delivery company or same Amazon, but they lost the package, and at least for me, it was a good quantity of money because more or less the amount of that merchandise was around 22 to 25,000 pesos. So imagine they lost them, and I cannot sell them because they lost them, and I'm trying to solve that. It happened 2 weeks ago, and I'm calling with them. I'm sending emails. I'm just trying to find a solution because obviously it's my money and it's my merchandise too, right? But could we other? I could act in another way that I'm just sad because that happened and continue with my life, but I try to solve it in I try to do what is in my hands and continue with that.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, sure.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, that seems to be a serious situation because it's pretty pricey. 25,000 pesos. What is the career? DHL
Mm,
or
DHL.
DHL
Yeah.
is the career?
And I think that is one of the best ones, but look. Yeah,
Wow.
DHL.
You have the paperwork, the slip of paper, or because they give you some slip of paper, right? And then you attach the value of the merchandise.
Yeah, but well, in this case, DHL is like the how can I say inter. Um, I do the how can I say, how do you say guías in English? I don't know, like delivery.
The slip, the paper slip, or the delivery
Well,
slip.
yeah, the delivery slip. I do it in the page of Amazon because obviously Amazon has like a contract with DHL and they give you a better price for the delivery how
Delivery slip.
slip for the delivery slip. So it's supposed that they insurance the merchandise, but the need that must pass a certain amount of days. I think there are 60 days, but of course, in those 60 days, I cannot move my money because it's like stagnant there. Um,
Uh,
so yeah, I'm trying to solve that, and that they solve it as soon as possible because part of my money is there, and obviously I'm afraid to send another package, and that happens the same, right?
yeah, of course. Ouch. What is the lesson for you? What is because in every action there is a risk, right? Only if we want to be risk free, we wouldn't go out of our bedroom, right? We should take certain risks. So this is another important ability, risk assessment. You evaluate the risk, and that's
Mhm.
actually crucial. Risk assessment. Um, Apparently, this is not risky. However, how do you make the assessment of the risk?
Mm, well, to be honest, probably that was my problem because I didn't do an assessment. Probably that will be an issue because all the packages that I have sent, mm, uh, hadn't a problem, just arrived in the logistic um office, and they sent it to the customer, and probably I got used to that, and I haven't imagined that a situation like that could occur and just occur. So
Okay.
probably something that I will do now is taking picture of every package. Normally I take pictures, but in this case I forgot it. It was my mistake because I got used to to don't have problems like this one, and yeah, probably I will do that. Probably I would um, take all the invoice because you need to have the invoice to demonstrate that you really purchased that merchandise, and then try to get the refund of that merchandise. Probably, yeah, I will. I will do that.
Okay. And now, talking about communication, Mickey, you are managing communication properly, I think. How is it coming along? Is it giving results? Is it taking longer than expected? What is the result of the communication process?
With Amazon,
Yeah.
I think that that's one of the biggest mistakes of Amazon, and I never imagined that a company like Amazon has those problems. But for example, today one person take my case and tomorrow other person take my case. So probably if I advance with the first person part of the case, well, the second person don't know nothing about that and starts again. So that just is increasing the amount of time that will require the case, and I think that that's one of the biggest issues of Amazon, that they don't give you like a specific person to a specific case and that person continue with that. They give you different persons. In occasions, I have made calls, and and the majority are in English. So I have talked with people in English. In occasions, are in Spanish, and they're always a different person. So when I think that more or less the case is improving, just came another person, and again everything starts again.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but well.
Com- Sometimes we need to be innovative and creative, as you were saying, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Well, these are all processes of um, abilities to solve problems, right? Which refer, first of all, to identify the problem, then you analyze and understand what's happening, and then you start doing a critical thinking and start making decisions, and if needed, implement solutions or partial solutions. Implement solutions or partial solutions. Okay. So
Yeah.
what solutions have you implemented or have you seen somebody implement to solve current problems or issues or situations, Mickey, that you say, well, there was a need to implement this and it was implemented in this manner, in this way? What have you seen, either in you, in friends, colleagues, classmates, teachers, whatever? What have you seen happen in terms of implementing solutions?
Mm, mm, well, probably, or understand why that issue or that problem was created or originated. I think that it's important to understand from where it comes, and when you understand the the reason why it was created, I think that it's easier to try to don't make the same mistake or the same commit the same problem again. I don't know. Obviously, there are so many
Try,
situations, but
try not to, can you repeat that, please? Try not to make what?
yeah, do an analysis
The
and try
same
to not
what?
make the same mistake. Understanding the cause, the different causes.
Try not to make the same mistake by understanding the cause. I think this is a great analysis. I'm going to repeat it. Try not to make the same mistake by understanding the causes. Okay, that is tremendous comment.
Yeah, I think so.
Try not to make the same mistake. Okay, understand the causes. If once you understand the cause of a problem, you can easily solve it, right?
Exactly.
On the other
Or
hand,
well,
if I
probably not easily, but now you're aware that the cause was that and try to avoid it.
being aware is another topic which is important.
Yeah.
Being aware. Okay, sometimes we are blind. I have been in situations when I am
Yeah, me too.
blind and I say, "Oh man, how can this happen to me?" Well, because
Mm-hmm.
there are blind spots. Like when you're driving, you know that there is a blind spot with a
Very blind
car,
spot. Yeah.
a blind spot. So sometimes we're blind to situations. It's normal. That happens to everyone. So being aware, waking up, oh, this is a situation that I need to pay attention to. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
crucial. Very good, Mickey. Well, as usual, fantastic conversations, and
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course.
thank you, Mickey. So we continue when Friday
Yes, sure. On Friday at 9 is perfect. Yeah.
9. Okay. Well, see you then, Mickey. Have a wonderful day and say hello to the family, please. Take
You do,
care.
teacher. Thank you very much and thank you for your time.